Hello everyone and welcome to Pretend to Faint version 2. The ship is OsaSunaKomoAka. I asked you a couple of weeks ago if I should do the old challenges with the new poly ships. So like the Pretending to Faint challenge, wearing a skirt in front of your boyfriends, not waking up, all that parts, and you voted yes for a large part. Then I asked my nerdy neckos which challenge I should start with, and Pretending to Faint was on top of the list. On that note, if you want to participate in these polls as well, helping me decide what should be next on the channel, consider clicking the join button under this video and become a nerdy neko yourself. For now, I hope you will like it. Let's go! Atsumu created the Time for Drama GC. Atsumu added Komori and Hayato to the group chat. Hello everyone! Hi. The GC name sounds promising and terrifying considering you chose it. What is it, Atsumu? First of all, that's not terrifying, thank you very much. Second, I just got some very interesting news from show. Though they can hardly be considered news anymore since it's been so long. I can't believe you didn't tell me sooner. Tell you what, I'm getting curious. Just spit it out already. Yes, so apparently Yamaguchi pulled a prank on them by pretending to faint. And you thought it would be a fun idea to recreate that with their boyfriends? Wouldn't it? Well, it sure sounds interesting if you ask me. Though considering Kenjiro is a doctor in training, I doubt I'll be able to fool him. You just gotta wait for the right moment. You mean the right moment for maximum impact, when they'll worry the most? I'm in. I can't leave my future brother-in-law hanging, can I now? That's the spirit. Well, as I said, it sounds interesting enough. I just doubt it'll work. Kenjiro is very good at his job. And I mean, you have Kida-san. I doubt he's easily fooled. It's a risk you gotta take. Well, I'm in. Asuma has been so distracted lately. Maybe this will get him out of his head. Yes? What's wrong? I wish I knew. I'll tell you everything over lunch soon. Don't worry, we're looking out for him. Good. So, Yamagata, what about you? Sure, I'll just blame you if it goes wrong. Fair enough. Who gets the start? You, obviously. Hey, you already decided to make me the scapegoat if something goes wrong. I think someone else should go first for that. Well, as you said, I need to wait for the right moment. Fine, I'll go. But Sumu, you're next before Kida catches wind of this. He always seems to know what the twins are up to. It's scary. Shut up. Alright, think. Komori let himself fall onto the bed, his eyes straying to the empty ceiling as his thoughts drifted off. It was late afternoon. Akagi and Osamu were still running errands, specifically buying their dinner at the local grocery store, and then was downstairs, probably resting on the couch. They had a game today, leaving the middle blocker utterly exhausted. Komori himself felt the aftermath of the demanding match. Although he had perfected his technique throughout the years, he felt new bruises blooming on his skin and his muscles were sore from the strain. He sighed. His brain barely functioned in this state. Wait, if his barely functioned, then Suna was probably the same. And Akagi and Osamu too had very demanding days at work, so this, when they'd come home, would be the perfect time. With new enthusiasm he sat up, regretting it almost immediately as the world spun before his eyes due to this sudden movement, and he was forced to slow down. Stupid exhaustion. He quickly texted Hayato, suggesting the same plan he had started to carefully lay out in his mind. He waited until he heard the click of the door announcing his partner's arrival, along with Akagi's excited shout as he greeted them from the hallway. "We're home!" A small smile tucked Komori's lips upward at the sound. He loved the way Akagi's welcoming tone caused warmth to wash over him and settle within his chest. He was always so full of energy when he was by their side. Komori quickly found his way downstairs, not letting the challenge keep him from greeting his partners. As soon as Akagi came into view, he threw his arms around him and put maybe a bit too much of his weight onto the other, who yelped at the sudden impact. It quickly transformed into a small giggle as he stabilized them. "What's gotten into you today?" "Tired." He whined and buried his face against Akagi's shoulder. Behind them, a low chuckle resonated through the hallway, and when he looked up, his eyes were met with the gentle grey ones of Osamu. How was the match? A grin spread over his face, and for a moment all tiredness in the challenge were forgotten. "We won, of course." Osamu nodded approvingly and stepped closer to place a soft kiss on the corner of his mouth before kissing him on the lips. Akagi still trapped between them. Apparently, he didn't hide his tiredness as well as he had thought, because when Osamu separated again, his eyes were filled with this very familiar concern. "You should rest. Don't overdo it." He sighed. After pressing a quick peck to Akagi's cheeks, he stepped back from the hug and crossed his arms over his chest. "Motsuya, please. I'll make dinner and I'll help him. So there is really nothing for you or Rin to worry about but getting some rest." "Fine." He reluctantly agreed and made his way to the living room. In truth, this wasn't too bad. If they were already this worried about him, making the challenge believable would be a piece of cake. But that was just it. Maybe it would be a bit too realistic. He took a deep breath. First, he would need to find a way to get Suna's attention. The middle blocker was sleeping soundly on the couch. His expression was relaxed, and he looked so peaceful that Komori couldn't get himself to wake him up. Instead, he settled down beside him, earning him a short, disgruntled groan before two strong arms wrapped around him easily, as though it was second nature to the toddler. He pulled him closer, still very much half asleep, and nuzzled his nose in his hair and neck before leaving a series of soft kisses in the very same spot. "You're so cute, Toya. Love you. Played really well today." A chuckle bubbled up in his chest as he listened to Suna's sleepy mumbling. He was adorable when exhausted and would say the sappiest stuff. "Love you so much. Too much. You ruined me, Toya." He couldn't help but burst out laughing at that. It took all he had to turn around in his arms as he playfully placed a hand over his mouth. Shut up, you dork. Suna looked at him through half-lidded eyes. The realization that he was being silenced only slowly setting in, but when it did, all Komori felt was a sudden wet sensation against his palm, and he quickly retreated it. Make me. He grinned as though he'd won, but Komori refused to give in to his teasing. He sat up abruptly, only noticing on the side how the world blurred once more, and went to get up. No, Motoya, come back. His whining died in his throat as he noticed the insecurity in Komori's movements. Immediately he grew alarmed, but it was still blocked out by layers of sleepy haze wrapped around his conscious mind. Motoya? Wait. It was too late. In an attempt to get away and start the challenge, he stumbled over his own feet and fell. The last thing leaving his mouth was a small yelp of pain before he forced his body to relax against the ground. He had fallen onto some of the fresh bruises and already regretted it. He heard a string of curses from behind him as Suna stumbled to his feet as well, and for a moment worried he might end up fainting for real, considering how sleepy the toddler was. Suna always had to be careful not to get up too quickly, yet this time he rushed to his side. Suna struggled to force his brain to wake up. However, his heart clenched with worry as he saw Komori stumble more than walk away. Something wasn't right. Damn it! He needed to think. He needed to effing wake up, and... He fell. Komori fell, and instead of steadying himself or softening the fall, he collided hard with the wooden floors. Motoya! He rushed to get up, ignoring the room swaying around him in favor of getting to the libero faster. He stumbled and ended up more crawling than walking to his side, but it didn't matter. A sharp pain spread through his side as he collided with the coffee table, but he ignored it. Kneeling before him, he carefully inspected the smaller. There was no blood. Good. That meant he couldn't have hit his head too hard, right? But he could still have. What if he... He let out a frustrated groan, followed by a string of curses muttered under his breath. His sleep-drunken, panic-infested brain refused to comply. He dug his nails into his scalp, trying to calm down enough to think, but it was no good. His breathing accelerated with every second ticking by in which Motoya lay before him, unmoving. The rustling in his ears grew in volume, drowning everything out except for... Samu! Osamu! Mishinari! He could hear the rustling of kitchen utensils from down the hall, and as soon as it clicked that he wasn't alone in this, he screamed, as loud as he could for his boyfriends. Samu. He choked up, suddenly acknowledging the burning of tears in his eyes as the panic overwhelmed him. Then, what's... He stopped dead in his tracks as he saw the scenery playing out before him. His eyes darted from the tears rolling down Suna's cheeks to the unmoving Motoya next to him, and his chest tightened, heart speeding up in panic. What happened? He rushed over to them. I don't know. He just... Motoya! Akagi rushed to join them, a spatula still in hand. Motoya! Wake up! What? Komori felt bad as he heard their panic. The broken sob clawing its way from Suna's throat was the last straw, and he slowly pretended to wake up. He couldn't take this anymore. His blood was rushing in his ears, the chaos around him making him nervous as guilt and genuine dizziness fought for dominance within him. Careful! Take it slow. Akagi was immediately by his side, helping him to sit up gently. He pulled him against his chest to have something to lean onto and traced soothing patterns over his arm. When his side slowly cleared, he recognized Osamu and Suna kneeling next to him and seemingly at the edge of bursting with worried questions. Osamu held Suna's hands, who clumsily wiped his face with his sleeve. He looked distraught to have been woken up so roughly, and Komori cringed inwardly at the thought. Hey, I'm sorry. Osamu shook his head and stretched out a hand to carefully brush a few strands of hair out of his face before cupping his cheek. Do you know what happened? He gulped, but shook his head. Just got a bit lightheaded, I guess. The gray-haired nodded slowly. I see. I'll get you a glass of water. Dinner should be finished soon. We need to get your blood sugar back up. I can get... No, I don't want you both fainting. The game has obviously been demanding. You two should rest. Suna looked about the opposite of satisfied with the answer, causing Osamu to sigh. Then, love, you're prone to fainting. Better not risk it, okay? I think my heart would about stop if I had to see two of my beloveds faint in one day. Akagi nodded in agreement and Suna pouted. Don't think you can sweet-talk your way out of this. He huffed, but his ears had taken a delicate shade of pink, and he climbed back onto the couch with grumbling. As soon as he was settled, he opened his arms again, and before Komori knew it, Akagi had shoved him straight into the embrace. Look out for him, yeah? Of course. And Motoya, tell us if something feels wrong or you feel dizzy again. We got you. Komori felt his cheeks heating up at the warm smile the other threw in his direction. His heart sped up as he leaned down to place a gentle kiss on his hair. I'll go back to help Samu. No more getting up too fast, both of you. Hey. There was little heat behind it as he pulled Komori closer again. The libero wanted to yell something in return, but it died on his tongue as he felt the slight tremble haunting down Suna's spine and heard his still racing heartbeat. Hey, Rin? Immediately he looked at him, the worried crease between his brows appearing as before. Komori gently traced it with his fingertips to make it disappear. I'm sorry for worrying you. I swear, I'm fine now. I'm glad. I love you, Motoya. I love you too. They snuggled up together, just enjoying each other's presence until Osamu called for them to eat dinner. Thank you so much for watching to the end. I hope you liked it. If you did, consider leaving a like because it really helps the channel, and consider subscribing if you don't want to miss out on anything in the futures. I really like the ship. It's growing on me. I think it's very cute. And yeah, as I mentioned at the beginning, consider joining to support this channel. You will get perks like a shout out at the end of the video, which you will see in a bit. My nerd neckos, I love you all so much. Special stickers and badges. You also will have access to member exclusive polls where you help me to decide what comes next on the channel. And yeah, you would just help me a ton. Thank you so much. And now here are my other social medias. Check it out, or other videos in the end card. Have a wonderful and amazing day.
Step 1, wake up early, gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.